奥莱折扣店，在某音上买的。
I bought these online from an outlet store on a certain platform. The live stream price was 199 yuan, and they say they were genuine. Let me unbox it and show you. Hey, look at this logo. Doesn't it look obviously fake? You see, it's supposed to have an anti-counterfeit feature, but once you open it, no returns or exchanges. So guys, don't buy these 199 yuan shoes from this platform. They're fake. Even though they say they're genuine, all of them are fake. Don't buy them. Some users joke that this logo looks like a cartoon version of Jordan as a child. Others said, "You think you could get genuine shoes for 199? Dream on, bro. What you bought was a genuine fake from Putian." Netizens are right. Even if the seller claims they're genuine, at this price, consumers should know they're high-imitation products from Putian. This is still relatively mild. A more problematic case is spending a large amount at a specialty store and receiving fake branded shoes. Xiao Chen is a university athlete who exercises frequently, so his shoes wear out quickly. During a promotion at a Nike specialty store, he spent 4,000 yuan on 7 pairs of Nike shoes. However, the shoes were uncomfortable, and closer inspection revealed rough craftsmanship. He went to the store to address the issue, but the seller denied selling counterfeit goods. With no other choice, Xiao Chen had them authenticated by a third party, confirming they were counterfeit. He then invited a mediator to negotiate with the store again. Faced with the evidence, the store clerk's response was surprising.
Everyone is doing this now. They buy a pair of shoes, have it authenticated on any platform, and then claim it's fake. How are we supposed to keep doing business?
The seller was clearly offering fake shoes yet remained defiant. The mediator contacted the store owner, who accused Xiao Chen of deliberately causing trouble. The owner stated that if the shoes were proven fake, they would pay 3 times the value. But if there was no evidence, they would sue Xiao Chen for extortion. The owner also said they did not recognize the authentication from the Daewoo platform, claiming that Daewoo itself sells fakes. To prove the legitimacy of the supply, the staff presented the Nike distribution authorization certificate. However, when the mediator contacted the authorizing entity, they discovered a more surprising fact. Although the certificate was genuine, the style of shoes Xiao Chen purchased had not been supplied by the authorized distributor to this store. In other words, some Nike shoes in the store were not from the authorized supplier, but were sourced privately, and it is unclear whether they were high-imitation products from Putian. In fact, this practice of mixing genuine and fake products is quite common in many Nike specialty stores in China, where customers' chances of getting authentic items or Putian fakes depend on luck. Puten in Fujian Province is known as a fake shoe capital. An industry saying goes, out of 10 fake designer shoes, 9 are shit from Putian. On Taobao, 80% of brand name sports shoes are high-imitation products from Putian. The local Anfu Electric Mall serves as a ghost market for fake shoes. It appears empty and quiet during the day and becomes bustling at night, with crowds delivering personnel and vehicles coming and going nonstop. At its peak, reportedly 300,000 pairs of shoes could be shipped in one night, with a transaction volume reaching 200 million yuan. Here, high-imitation versions of popular Nike and Adidas shoes are abundant. Higher-end ones can achieve 90% similarity to originals, making them difficult for even professional authentication agencies to distinguish. In some cases, Putian imitations go on sale before the genuine products are released. This is one of those certain Nikes. You know what I mean. We're checking out these Putian Nikes. From the outside, nothing seems off, but the box feels kind of cheap. Opening it up, it looks pretty decent, and they've even included a waterproof bag to hold them. There's a sheet of paper inside with product instructions. Not super useful, one side in traditional Chinese, the other in simplified. As soon as I open them, this really cheap rubber smell hits me. I sniff the bottom, and it's just like a vulcanization workshop, reeks something awful. Taking a look at the midsole, I think it's alright overall. The feel in hand is okay, and the color's fine too. Checking the workmanship, the glue job is actually really solid. Gotta give credit where it's due. But here's where it falls short. It's not just a color difference. The coloring's uneven, which makes it look super fake. The real shoes should go for around 800 to 900 yuan, but I snagged these Putian ones for 170 yuan, shipping included. So what's the actual cost of these fake shoes that are sold for under 200 yuan on live streams or e-commerce platforms? Based on some videos from Putian showing the local collection of stock shoes, we can get a glimpse into the shocking details. You might be surprised. The blogger has a New Balance high copy version in his hands. It looks decent from the outside, but the purchase price is only around 20 yuan, about $3. He got 560 pairs, preparing to sell them on an e-commerce platform. Today I scored this running shoe model in 3 different colorways, all packed in those drawer-style boxes, with over 1,000 pairs total. Let's dive into the details. Popcorn foam soles, carbon plate outsoles. These are pro-level running shoes. And the price? Every single one just over 20 yuan. You think that's a steal? I just hopped on Taobao and JD to check, and yeah, these normally run a few hundred yuan. All brand new too. Come on, let me pop open a shoebox for you. I even grilled the boss earlier. This kind of drawer box alone probably costs a few yuan. Alright, check the price. 1,899 yuan. But at the end of the day, they're still fake shoes, and you could tell the difference if you look carefully. This blogger is unboxing a Putian version of the Alpha Fly 3 running shoes to show the real differences. These 200 yuan running shoes are pretending to be the 2,000 yuan big shots. Here's the full teardown on this Putian version of the Alpha Fly 3. Stick around while I break down just how trash these things really are. The wheat ear laces look kinda similar, but zoom in and you'll see the real ones don't have such chunky spikes. At first glance, the upper seems spot on, but pick them up and it's obvious they're nowhere near as comfy, light, or breathable as a genuine article. Now, really compare that heel lining. The authentic ones are white, but they've cut corners and dyed the whole thing green. The insole, no need to belabor it. The real deal doesn't pop out this easily. Midsole straight up EVA, thick, hefty, zero bounce. And that so-called carbon plate, forget it. It's non-existent. How else are they gonna pocket your cash? It's just some paper-thin plastic sheet, offering zilch for propulsion, anti-torsion, or stability. Kinda like some folks' conscious, totally MIA. The outsole, give it a little heat and some debonding agent, and it turns to putty. You really trust that for wear resistance or grip? Sure, the shape's pretty close, but anyone in the know spots the fake from a mile away. Performance? Don't even get me started, it's non-existent. For 200 plus yuan, you could snag way better kicks. Skip this junk. In recent years, the rise of e-commerce and live streaming platforms has further expanded sales channels for imitation shoes from Putian. Although these platforms officially prohibit the sale of counterfeit goods and occasionally impose symbolic penalties on sellers of fakes, in practice, they often turn a blind eye and allow it to persist. However, another Chinese social platform, Kuaishou, has taken a more aggressive approach. Last August, it opened up public sales of Putian imitation shoes.
快手新规允许卖莆田鞋。
Kuaishou's new rule is letting people sell Putian shoes. This is straight up explosive news. You can hawk Putian shoes right out in the open, no sneaking around. I totally doubted if this rule was legit at first, but I confirmed it over and over with the platform reps, and yeah, it's wide open now. The reps were all, keep it low key, keep it low key. But now everyone's blasting it in their WeChat moments. Tell me, how the heck do you stay low key? Which absolute wizard of a leader cooked up this policy? It's freaking brilliant. You all know what Putian shoes are, right? High-end replicas, straight up fakes. Putian shoes used to be the ultimate villains that every major internet giant was out to smash, with platforms cracking down hard on those high-quality knockoffs. But in this age of belt-tightening and consumer downgrades, the big dogs can't hold the line anymore. They're desperate to claw back some sales. Kuaishou, the one that used to go all out against replicas, is the first to crack the door open. This morning, every Kuaishou user is spreading the word like wildfire. WeChat feeds are jammed with, Kuaishou's magnetic gold bull has greenlit Putian shoes. Hurry up and get your account rolling. It's nuts, totally nuts. From here on out, you could slap Putian Pure Original, high-imitation, and stuff like that right in your live stream titles, and even flash the brand logo straight up in your product shots. It's blatant, no-hold-barred fake peddling. This is Putian, skilled in imitation products and follow-up handling. It serves as a problematic example in China's manufacturing sector. In fact, not only Kuaishou, but most platforms now allow live streaming sales of these Putian high-imitation shoes, though they do not state it openly. With the global rise of Chinese platforms like Pinduoduo's Temu and Douyin's international version TikTok, Putian imitations are spreading worldwide. It is said that out of every 3 pairs of Nike shoes globally, one is a high imitation product from Putian.
莆田鞋怎么做海外跟跨境？
How are Putian shoes being sold overseas and cross-border? The market is huge. Whether it's in the US or Southeast Asia, they don't have a production supply chain, but the demand is massive due to the huge price difference. If you search casually on TikTok, you'll find a ton of videos about Putian shoes, and these videos get a lot of traffic, but no one will actually complete transactions on TikTok or independent websites. Because they are Putian shoes, people who know the deal understand. The best way to do this is to guide all conversations to WhatsApp or Line for communication. Then, through secondhand platforms or other platforms, you could quickly shift the goods. Now logistics is very convenient, so the market is extremely profitable. Putian shoes are already popular in China, but the overseas market is still vast. This blogger is correct. The overseas market is indeed substantial. Few countries engage in the open production and sale of counterfeit goods to the extent seen in China. However, there are exceptions, such as Russia. Due to the Russia-Ukraine war, Russia has faced sanctions from Europe and the United States, leading many Western brands to exit the Russian market and allowing numerous Chinese products to enter. This has also provided opportunities for imitation shoes from Putian. A Chinese blogger found that in Russia, stores are openly selling imitation shoes from Putian. Today, I was out shopping with Yulia and I found a new store. Do you know what it's called? It's called Casual Sports Shoes, and inside, it's full of old fake Nikes. The most annoying part is that they're right on the main street, openly selling fakes. What's going on here? Is it really so natural to sell fake goods like this? Before the EU sanctions, the Russian government didn't really have much to do with it. They step in and crack down on these fake products. But now, with the sanctions, it seems like they've stopped pretending. I look around and see nothing but Putian fakes. The blogger asked a salesperson if these were genuine, and the salesperson replied directly that they were A-grade products. The prices were not low. A pair of Nike shoes was marked at 7,500 rubles, equivalent to about 800 yuan. However, the salesperson stated that Russian authorities now permit the sale of imitation goods, provided they are not presented as authentic. Thus, sellers must inform consumers that these are A-grade imitations. Some bosses in Putian's imitation shoe industry have achieved notable success. Certain individuals earn 4 million yuan overnight, while others buy luxury homes within a year. These stories of rapid wealth attract numerous people to pursue opportunities. In a city with just 3.2 million residents, there are over 4,200 shoe manufacturing companies employing more than 500,000 people. In 2021, Putian's shoe industry generated over 100 billion yuan. However, these myths are built on deception and illegal activities, and they are not sustainable. The Chinese authorities periodically target Putian shoes in anti-counterfeiting campaigns to demonstrate their commitment to combating fake and inferior products. For example, on this year's 3/15 Consumer Rights Day, Putian police destroyed over 4 million counterfeit items, including clothing and footwear. However, these actions are often regarded as symbolic gestures and fail to gain public support. Netizens' reactions vary. Some commented, "Please focus on food safety, thank you. When I spend 200 or 300 yuan on Nike, I know what I'm getting." Others joked, "No, my Putian shoes haven't shipped yet." Some even quipped, "With this burning, Putian's GDP drops by 50 points. In 2022, the Ningbo police in Zhejiang also cracked down on a fake shoe operation, with a case involving 3 million yuan. The goods come from Putian and Fujian. They knew they were fake when they bought them. The purchase price ranges from just a few yuan to 10 or 20 yuan per pair. The most expensive ones probably wouldn't go over 100 yuan. Netizens' comments below the video are straightforward. What's there to investigate? We know they're fake when we buy them. Others pointed out, the shoes on Pinduoduo and Taobao for over 100 yuan are just like this, goods that cost less than 10 yuan. The origins of imitation shoes from Putian trace back to the 1980s. Located on the western shore of the Taiwan Strait, Putian attracted numerous Taiwanese companies to establish factories after the reform and opening up, producing for international brands like Nike and Adidas, gradually becoming a key global base for sports shoes manufacturing. The rise of legitimate factories spawned the A-Mao high-imitation shoe practitioners who relied on stealing designs and sample shoes to deconstruct and replicate them. In the early days, due to limited technology, the imitations were easily discernible once worn. After the 1997 Asian financial crisis, foreign trade orders declined sharply, labor costs rose, and brand owners relocated to Southeast Asia. This contributed to the decline of Putian's OEM industry, leading more factories to enter the imitation business. After 2000, as larger manufacturers joined, leveraging established production lines and skilled workers, imitation quality improved further. Some high-imitation producers could create replicas without blueprints, using only promotional videos, even before the originals were produced. By 2003, Putian had over 3,000 imitation shoe factories. Initially, these imitation shoes are sold overseas, primarily through Google. When Google began anti-counterfeit measures, producers adapted by opening shops on social media and Amazon. In 2007, police in New York seized 300,000 pairs of high-imitation Nike shoes, all from Putian, Fujian. This brought Putian global attention for its high-imitation shoes. With the rise of domestic e-commerce, Putian's imitation shoes entered the Chinese market, solidifying its reputation as a fake shoe capital. Putian shoes are divided by price and quality into common goods, true standard, company level, and pure originals. Pure originals are surplus from authentic factories, nearly identical to genuines. Company level, or cut-piece shoes, uses leftover materials from original factories. Both are higher quality and mainly exported. True standard employs peripheral materials for advanced imitations. Common goods resemble originals superficially but are easily identified as imitations by experts. These lower quality items target the domestic market. However, this imitation model disrupts market order and causes harm and economic losses to brand owners. The fake shoe capital label has led to ongoing controversy for the local government. Since 2011, Putian has conducted multiple anti-counterfeit operations, seizing imitation shoes valued at up to 300 million yuan and destroying tens of thousands of pairs. Despite this, the imitation shoe industry remains dominant in Putian. In 2022, the Putian municipal government led an application for the Putian shoes collective trademark to integrate resources, develop an independent brand, and address the fake shoe capital stigma. However, for ordinary consumers, Putian shoes represent a label tarnished by high imitation products. The primary perception of genuine Putian shoes versus imitations is that they share the same name, differing only in logos. The lesser-known Putian shoes trademark evokes associations with replicas and low cost, making it less appealing than high imitation shoes that appear authentic. Examining specific practices illustrates this. For example, searching Putian shoe flagship store and Taobao yields results like Putian Pure Originals and authentic one-to-one Yeezy shoes, which are evidently high imitation links. In recent years, physical stores such as a Putian is Here chain have opened, specializing in Putian shoes. However, due to unclear positioning, they generally underperform, with many dealers closing. Thus, Putian's annual output exceeding 100 billion yuan stems from imitation and deceptive practices, and its transformation efforts face significant challenges.